In today's video, we're going to check out the top 5 best cameras for beginners in 2019. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about these cameras, you can check out the description below. At number 5, it's the Canon EOS Rebel SL2. Photography is an expensive hobby, and if you don't know your equipment, the costs will just go up. So it's important to do research and choose a camera that'll suit your skill level, allowing you to learn new stuff without leaving you overwhelmed. The Canon EOS Rebel SL2 is a fail-safe camera for beginners, with its ease of use and user-friendly interface and DSLR features. Backed with Canon quality, it makes it a solid contender. The Canon EOS Rebel SL2 is the world's smallest DSLR camera with a vari-angle screen. It weighs just 450 grams with a battery and SD card installed. The camera is available in 3 colors, in white, silver and plain black. White and silver give the device an interesting look, although the black version is a classic, with its matte finish that the silver tones on the controls will complement. The camera has a mix of polycarbonate resin and carbon and glass fiber built around its chassis that gives the camera a silky smooth finish, and it feels a little cheap. Meanwhile, there's a nice hand grip implemented and it's very deep, offering amazing support for our small camera. The secure grip is certainly not an issue. Interestingly, the Rebel SL1's 9-point autofocus system is integrated into the Canon EOS Rebel SL2 as well, which is a little disappointing because Canon's other beginner models use 45-point autofocus systems. The points are ordered in a diamond formation and are spread pretty well around the frame, but there's only one cross-type autofocus point. In most of the tests, the AF system performed fairly. It yielded good results in good and dark light conditions and focused surprisingly well on low-contrast subjects. With the use of the new Digic 7 engine, the Canon EOS Rebel SL2 now boasts a burst shooting speed as well as the various lens aberration corrections and the time-lapse movie mode. Most interestingly, you get in-camera RAW processing, a feature amazing for those that don't want to compromise the quality of their pictures. Overall, the Rebel SL2 has provided amazing pictures with pleasing color rendition and enhanced noise performance. This is the best beginner DSLR, hands down. At number 4, it's the Sony Alpha A6000. As expected from Sony, the Alpha A6000, with its distinctive neck shape of its predecessor and all the new tech, has filled the shoes of the Sony Nex 6, which for many years has been a fan favorite and has been on sale for 4 years now. Amazing for a CSC. The Sony Alpha A6000 is an amazing camera for those who want to get in the world of interchangeable lens cameras, and also for starters, it offers 24 megapixel sensor, rapid autofocus system and high-speed continuous shooting, allowing you to keep pace with subjects moving at a higher speed. Roughly speaking, the Sony Alpha A6000 measures as half the size of an average mainstream DSLR camera and is constructed of pretty complex materials, making it quite light, weighing in at just 12.1 ounces, despite the fact that the camera feels well built and solid all round. Surprisingly, the camera is also pretty comfortable to hold, even for those with larger hands. It provides a secure grip, adding further to the comfort. Mirrorless models generally tend to not have onboard flash or a kind of electronic viewfinder, but the Sony Alpha A6000 has both, and both are very well implemented into the body. The electronic viewfinder has a resolution of 800 by 600 that may seem a little low, but it's adequate for this camera. The settings are visible and the camera doesn't black out when you're shooting continuously at higher speeds. The 3-inch 640 by 480 LCD is pretty decent as well, but not very useful under the brightest of suns. This camera is built with a 24 megapixel APS-C size CMOS sensor, similar to most of the DSLRs, and Sony's Bion's X processor, a system that is guaranteed to provide amazing results. Its multi-frame noise reduction mode was remarkable. In low ISO levels, the effect of the MFNR was not very apparent, but in high sensitivity settings, beyond ISO 1600, noise reduction and detail retention was excellent. In general, the camera performs amazingly, especially the 179-point hybrid autofocusing system, which is remarkable. The response time is very fast and the focus is instant in any ambience. To conclude, the Sony Alpha A6000 is an amazing CSC that'll suit every beginner's style with its ease of use and is a good all-rounder with great value. At number 3, it's the Canon EOS M50. Even though it produces mirrorless cameras for about 7 years now, Canon has not produced any impressive model that can compete with their DSLR models. That is, until the Canon EOS M50. This can be considered the best mirrorless camera for beginners hands down, but also premium entry level as Canon calls it. The camera features a 24.1 megapixel APS-C sensor, a built-in electronic viewfinder and a decent touchscreen. With its tiny design and its amazing EFM 15 to 45mm f3.5 to 6.3 zoom that comes as a default, it's going to be your favourite for a long time. The Canon EOS M50 has decent exterior controls that are suited for everybody. Enthusiast veterans who want to quickly switch between settings will be delighted, and beginners won't be overwhelmed, which is a nice balance. The camera is lightweight at just 13.7 ounces with the battery and memory card, but not as lightweight as its cousin, the EOS M100, which is 10.7 ounces. But the M50 also has an electronic viewfinder, a hot shoe and a full swiveling LCD screen. The electronic viewfinder is very large and gives a pretty accurate preview of the image you'll get, brightness and color-wise. You can easily select lots of settings and overlay on top of each other like grid lines, electronic level, live histogram and Canon's unique RGB version. Moreover, the switch between eye level and LCD shooting is seamless and provides almost the same settings and is still pretty accurate in terms of quality as well. Canon's 24.1 megapixel dual-pixel CMOS sensor and Digic 8 processor in the EOS M50 provide great image quality. Canon has refined and polished its performance in regard to high ISO noise reduction, which now utilizes softer luminance NR to retain sharper and finer details. This translates to images with greater detail at high ISO settings. On bright ambience, it captures an amazing amount of detail and breathtaking pictures. In dimly lit ambience, it wasn't as good as capturing detail, but the image was on the same quality that the colors were all captured and shadows were pretty nice. The Canon EOS M50 does so many things very well with its amazing image quality and small features here and there that make a beginner really happy. At number 2, it's the Canon EOS 80D. The Canon EOS 80D is definitely a superb camera that Canon may or may not have intended for beginners, but either way, it's an awesome camera that provides excellent value and great image quality with tons of features. It's absolutely one of the most versatile cameras on the market, as it can be set up to suit many different shooting styles while not compromising image quality and detail. The Canon EOS 80D looks very similar to the 70D. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because the 70D had a very good design. The only part that has changed is the enlarged thumb rest on the rear. Directly above the thumb rest is the AF on button that's conveniently placed there for quick switching between modes. The body of the camera is built with aluminium and polycarbonate resin with glass and conductive fibre, giving the device a nice feel and reassures you that it's pretty solid and you get what you pay for in this aspect. These devices are drop tested and are able to withstand weather elements and other exterior impacts. The touchscreen and the controls all work the same in the rain and the wind, making this a very durable machine. You can buy the Canon EOS 80D in many different setups from Amazon. It's recommended to get it with the Anon EFS 18 to 135mm f3.5 to 5.6 IS STM lens, as it provides amazing value and is generally a solid performer in various situations. A major selling point of this camera is the initiation of the continuous autofocus in live view. It is the first time that this has been used on a dual-pixel AF camera. I've tested this feature outdoors where I've had the chance to shoot subjects moving at faster and slower speeds. I activated the live view and chose one of the focus modes where you can shoot an amazing number of crisp shots in succession, more than is possible using one-shot AF. With an image quality not found anywhere near its price range, the Canon EOS 80D is a capable and well-rounded versatile camera for enthusiasts and beginners alike. And at number 1, it's the Fujifilm X-T20. The Fujifilm X-T20 is the best beginner camera on our list for countless reasons, the most important of those being that this is an amazing camera that's compact and very affordable compared to other high-end models. It offers amazing amounts of versatility and is seriously easy to use. It'll easily hit the sweet spot for older and newer photographers with its excellent set of features and attractive aesthetics. The design of the Fujifilm X-T20 is totally a new one. Yes, it follows the aesthetic line of Fuji, but it's not a copy of different models. The designers have done a good job. It's slightly hunched DSLR style design while still keeping a slim body. The camera also has plenty of body controls mounted on it. It focuses on the retro design that Fujifilm has first touched upon with its new buyers. The top and bottom plates are made from magnesium. The camera weighs just 383 grams and is pretty easy to handle securely, and it's extremely durable and well made, but it's not weatherproof. This doesn't mean that the device will be ruined under the lightest rains, but it means you should be a little more careful with it. The Fujifilm X-T20 has 3 autofocus modes in total. The single AF, that's perfect for shooting portraits where the subjects are still, while the continuous AF was perfect for events, shooting kids' parties and moving subjects. The electronic viewfinder on the Fujifilm X-T20 is extremely functional. Because of its refresh speed, it makes itself very useful when used during the day in the sun. Furthermore, the tilting touchscreen display was a convenient and nice feature that you didn't realize you missed in other cameras. It gives mobility, creative flexibility, and tons of options to allow you to compose, focus, and increase your visibility during shooting. The Fujifilm X-T20 is maybe lacking some features from other high-end Fujifilm mirrorless cameras, but if you're concerned about value and performance, this one outperforms every mirrorless camera on the market by a mile. If you're looking to create amazing and professional-looking photographs and you're not worried about extras, then buy the Fujifilm X-T20.